Samuel Smith Band. HVS edit. That was Traveling Through. KBER 101, Utah's Rock Authority. It's the Salt Lake Soundcheck, your local music show. Note to the affiliates, we are going long this evening. Parascientific Discovery joins us again in studio. Hello.
Hey, how's it going?
We also have Jimbo in here with us. Hello, what's up, dude?
Hello.
Now, prior to this investigation, you had the coolest story that I had heard from anyone. Recap that story that you told me before.
Well, I was working one night in the office, just doing some work. Well, actually, it wasn't one night. It was in the afternoon. And saw a reflection in the monitor of who I thought was our intern walk up behind me and attempt to scare me by leaning down and whispering in my ear. And I saw in the reflection a woman with dark hair lean down and say, "Hey," right in my ear. And I heard it, plain as day.
Uh-huh.
So looking in the reflection, I was going to scare her back. So I was going to turn real quick and go, "Didn't scare me." But as I did that, I turned and didn't even get the word scare out of my mouth because I was like, "Didn't." There was no one there, dude. There was no one there in the office but me. And then I looked back in the monitor again, and she was still standing there looking at me. And it freaked me out,
Wow.
and I just got up and ran out of the office, down the hallway, and into the studio shaking.
All right, so we definitely did some focus around that area where your office is and Sue Kelly's office is and the 1019 The Inn studio. We did some focus around there, and including a spirit box session. You know what a spirit box is?
Yes.
Okay. And we got some very interesting audio that we're going to play right now.
Right.
I wanted to have you here and get your reaction on it because we think it's some pretty amazing audio. So we'll just go ahead and play that, and then we'll discuss after.
All right.
So like I said, I miss him.
Yeah. Who do you miss? What's his name? Say Jimbo. Oh, Jimbo. What about him?
What about Jimbo? You miss Jimbo? Always?
Yeah. Everybody knows Jimbo is one of the producers for the Nick and Alan show, and he's experienced a lot of stuff here. Whoa.
What was that last thing that was said?
So what we think it says is this: we hear it say "I miss," and we say "Who do you miss?" and it says Jimbo, and say you miss Jimbo.
It says always.
And it says always.
Wow.
And then at the very end it says love you.
Wow.
And it was pretty interesting because that was right on the other side of the wall where you sit, and it's right where all the activity happens. It's right where the papers were getting sucked under the door. We actually had that happen that night.
It did?
It did.
Wow.
And then
So I wasn't making this stuff
right.
up.
And so that's why I told Helmet that night, text Jimbo and ask him if there's somebody that recently passed that he may have known, or that's trying to communicate. And so you had told us that you had had a few, not recently, but
About a year ago, almost exactly a year ago, my really good friend Jim Godfrey passed away from cancer. And he used to say that all the time, "Love you, bro."
Right. And so to get something
sounded like a guy's
that,
voice. I can't say that it sounded like his voice, certainly, but that was definitely a guy's voice.
yeah. And we just thought it was credible because it was relevant to the people that work in that space. And we were just really excited to show you, because obviously you got somebody looking over your shoulder.
And now that we've discussed it and given a little bit more context to it, let's listen to the audio again.
So like I said, I miss him.
Yeah. Who do you miss? What's his name? Say Jimbo. Oh, Jimbo. What about him?
What about Jimbo? You miss Jimbo? Always?
Yeah. Everybody knows Jimbo is one of the producers for the Nick and Alan show, and he's experienced a lot of stuff here. Whoa.
Love you.
Yeah, that was the clearest one of them all.
Yeah,
Love you.
the love you.
Wow.
It's the clearest one of the whole thing. So.
Yeah, and he clearly says Jimbo. There's no,
Wow.
Yeah.
There's no missing that, dog. No missing that.
That's amazing, man. You're lucky to get something like that. It really is something cool because not all the spirits that we communicate with and come in contact with are evil. Sometimes they're just there to want validation that, hey, I used to be here, or hey, I'm a friend of his and I'm looking out for him. And so it's sometimes it's the good stuff, and it really so that's cool.
Well, thanks for sharing that with me. That's really enlightening.
Yeah, yeah. So hopefully that's good for you to know that there's some spirits rolling around this joint, but apparently one of them loves you very much.
Wow. If it's my buddy Jim, love you too, man. God rest your soul.
All right, so that's all, unfortunately, we have time for. But we've got a bunch of audio that y'all have collected.
Right.
And where can people who are just interested and want to, hear more of this or see some of the video and the orbs that we caught on tape? Where can they find that?
Yeah, we got some video. You can find it on our website, parascientificdiscovery.com. You can also go onto our Twitter, Facebook, YouTube.
We're everywhere.
We're everywhere. You'll find us.
And you can go to our the Salt Lake Soundcheck's Facebook page, facebook.com/Salt Lake Soundcheck, and I've typed up all their links, their Facebook page, website, and Twitter handle.
Nice.
Sweet. Thank you very much. It was such a pleasure to do this.
Yes, thank you so much for coming in and doing this. And
thank you.
Man, it was great.
Yeah, it's going to be great to torture people who work here who get stuff. So it's going to be great to mess with their heads. With
show them the EVP and then say, this is where your office is going to be.
All right. Again, thank you to everyone.
Thank you.
Thank you, Jimbo, for sharing. And we were happy that we could bring something back to you. So
that's awesome. Thanks, guys.
Yeah.
All right. On behalf of Jimbo and Parascientific Discovery, McNeil, the ladies in the back, I'm Helmut von Schmidt, and this has been the Salt Lake Soundcheck, your local music show on KBER 101.